So Genshin Impact is one of those games that I'm thoroughly enjoying right now, and I've spent and invested a lot of time into this to be able to make this top 10 list. It is actually a top 11, but the 11th one makes sense to be at the end, and it makes sense to be outside of the top 10 because it's not really integral to the top 10 list, but we'll get to that later on. However, there is a number of things that I wish I had known before I actually dived into the game day one. So this here is going to be my top 10 list to help you not make the same mistakes I did and hopefully save you some time, streamline your performance a little bit more to speed things up, and ultimately save you a ton of resources that you might actually be wasting. Now, number one is the very paramount one. Focus on one or two characters. Don't be like me and try to focus on everyone. That's gonna be a bad move. What you want to do is pick one, ideally, or two, ideally one, and just take them as high as you can for your adventure rank, and then keep on pushing them up. That one character will be over leveled, sure, but it will also carry you through almost all the content as the others trail behind slowly. So if you do two characters, you'll be in a better position, but you'll be using more resources in order to get there. Number two, upgrade your level 3 artifacts. 1 and 2 are purely fusion material. You don't really need to worry about those. Just equip them at the start of the game, but ultimately as soon as you start getting level 3 artifacts, that is when you should start upgrading them. Take them up to level 4. At level 4 you gain an additional stat. This could be a good stat, a bad stat, it really doesn't matter. No matter what it is, it's going to benefit you, and the main stat of the item will always be increasing, which is what you care about. That said, if the item is exceptionally good and you've got exceptionally good stats, you might want to take it to level 8. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why not just wait till a level 4 artifact? And you can, but at your early stages, you're not going to see them for quite some time. And if you take a level 3 artifact to level 4 or level 8, when you come to upgrading your 4-star artifact, you can use that item that you've just upgraded and you'll get 90% of the XP benefit. So you're not really losing out on much. Taking it above level 8, the cost for upgrades becomes exponentially higher, so it's just not worth it, especially at a level 3. Now, number 3 is in relation to number 1, and this is when you've picked your main character, the one that you want to use, the one that you want to focus around, and you want, your whole party to synergize with. Look at their talents and start upgrading those talents. Some of these options will be locked out for you because you haven't progressed far enough in the game, but when you do, upgrade those talents. They will make the world of difference to your character and the damage output that you can do. It will also make the world of difference to your synergy, to your elementals, to your abilities. So overall, make sure your talents are being updated. Don't be like me and leave your talents at level 1 when you're adventure rank 30. You will suffer for it just like I did. Tip number 4 is to upgrade your weapon. You've got your main character, so you want your main character to be the strongest there is. Obviously, in order to do this, you're going to want to upgrade not only your talents, which was number 3, but your weapon. So when you get a weapon, whether it's a 3-star or a 4-star, depending on the weapon you're using, take it as high as you can and make sure you're in a good position where you can deal with enemies at a decent pace. Number 5. 4-star weapons, craftable, are easier to attain than 5-star weapons. 5-star weapons are attained through the gacha system, and that requires you to use primo gems or real money in order to pull. However, though the 4-star weapons might not be as good in terms of overall stats as the 5-star weapons, the chances of you getting 6-7 of those 5-star gacha weapons within a reasonable time is unlikely. Unless you're whaling, you're not going to get more than 1 or 2 in reality. I mean, I got 2 stringless and I've been pulling, through free-to-play mechanics for a while, but I've not seen any other really 4-star weapon, and I haven't even seen a 5-star weapon. So ultimately, if you're looking to make quicker progress, you're better off going with one of the crafted options. On top of this, the crafted ones are easier to attain, and you can actually get multiples of them and refine them. It's all down to your farming method. As long as you're willing to put the time in, you can go and farm them for free. Unlike the gacha system, which is not for free, well, it is for free to a certain degree, but once your primo gems run out, you're going to have to start paying. So If you're like me, stick to 4-star weapons, or even if you see a 3-star weapon that's really good, you're going to be getting a metric ton of 3-star weapons. Refine that weapon all the way and use it. It's going to carry you for a long time. Don't look down on a 3-star weapon, it is still good. Number 6. When you have your weeklies, they'll tell you to go and do 15 domains or go and do 20 ley lines. Well, unlike me, who didn't know, here is me passing that wisdom on to you. You don't need to claim the flower in the open world or claim the loot in domains for you to get a clear progress. So where you have to clear 15 domains, once you've cleared the encounter, just run past the point where you need to claim the loot and leave the dungeon. If you check your screen, you will actually have 1 progress towards your 15. Do this 14 more times and you've got your weekly cleared. The same thing with the flowers. If you complete a ley line, don't claim the flower, you will get a clear. However, you need to note the flowers do have a very long despawn time, and I actually do believe it is going to despawn on reset. So do keep that in mind. So if you want to get them out quickly while you're early in the week, that is probably the best way to do it, because if you don't, then you are going to have to use resin to have them respawn. Number 7 is semi-related to number 1. Pick the one character as your main, like we've discussed, and then build your team around it. You want to synergize your team around that player, so when they come on field, like Facetious for example, who is great for support, you can bring her on field, drop her Oz down, who will constantly fire lightning. You can bring in Venti, who will do his ulti, bringing it all together. Then you can use Xiangling to come in with her ulti and just completely ring fire around the tornado that's there and create a beautiful fusion of attacks. This is something that will escalate your damage quite a bit, and you really need to utilize this later on in the game. Number 8. Never skip your weekly fights when you are able to do them. At some point, you'll be able to do currently 2 weekly battles. They give you a metric ton of loot, and they are really valuable loot as well. Once you're able to do these, do not miss out on them. They are a 1 a week drop, so once you've done them, that's it. You can go back and do the encounter again if you want to, but you won't get any rewards. They are expensive, they cost 60 resin, but the amount of loot that you get is definitely worth the investment, and you don't want to miss these out, like I did, because I'm a pleb. Number 9. Local specialty items you pick up in the world, which you have to do for your daily, 100 for Mondstadt and 100 for Lei, will take 2 days to respawn. That is 2 Earth days in real life to respawn. So once you've picked it up, you have to wait for 2 whole days before they respawn. There is actually enough specialty items around the world of Teyvat for you to just collect all 200 in 1 day. You can do that, but if you've got yourself fixed in a location where you can pick up 40 of them, pick it up on reset. After reset, pick up the 40, wait 2 days, pick up the 40, wait 2 days, and finish it off. Otherwise, there are multiple sources out there, which I'm going to get to in my next tip, that will help you gain all 100 and more on the same day. So tip number 10 you're seeing on screen now is a interactive map, which I'm going to have a link in the description below. This labels you everything from your Sealies to your chests to your side quests to pretty much everything you could want. It's all here laid out for you, all your specialties, everything. So if you're looking for certain things and you're struggling to find them, this is your go-to resource for actually getting this done. This isn't my work, this is something that someone created, and I wholeheartedly appreciate that they did that. That is my top 10 list, guys. They're not in any particular order, but I believe if I had known all of this when I first got into the game, I would have been a lot better off. Now, I did say at the beginning there is tip 11, and it wasn't really related to in-game antics, and that is correct. My tip 11 is do not play this game on the PlayStation. Now, why do I say this? Because the performance is terrible. If I've got VSync enabled, I am dropping down below 20 at times. I mean, it doesn't matter whether I've got VSync enabled or not, but at least when there are periods where the game actually works, where the frame rate can actually go above 30, with VSync disabled, I can actually get to about 40 frames a second, but the screen tearing is horrendous. On PlayStation Pro right now, this game runs like crap, and we don't know if they're going to fix that, or actually amend that. I'm hoping when the PlayStation 5 comes along, the extra performance from there will actually see that we get full 60 frames per second. But as of right now, if you can avoid the PlayStation, do it. Sony also lock you to their platform, so if you want to have the option of playing on your mobile phone while you're just off time, you can't do that with the PlayStation. Nope, Sony did not give permission to MiHoYo to allow that. So the ideal way to play this game is on PC, which then allows you through the MiHoYo account to play on mobile as well. Add to this, MiHoYo are constantly giving away free Primo Gems that is only available to PC and mobile. PlayStation users cannot get this because guess what? Sony also didn't allow that either. So my pro tip 11 is don't be like me, don't be a drone, go PC and go mobile. If you have a PC, go PC. It gives you the flexibility of mobile and you'll be better for it. If you're on PlayStation, well, good luck. And that's it guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this top 11 tips for Genshin Impact. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts and let's have that discussion. Until the next video, stay safe and remain legend.